Welcome back to the Stephan Show. My name is Graham, and welcome to my show. And today we have a really interesting caller calling all the way from Canada. She's working 2 jobs right now, 75 hours a week. And then in the middle of all of that, inherited $500,000 and is potentially thinking of quitting those jobs. So let's take the call and see what's going on. So Sarah, welcome to the Stephan Show. What's going on?
Good. How's everything with you?
Good, thanks. What's up?
So I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm currently 17 years old and I'm in my final year of high school. I'll be graduating in a month. I'm working 2 jobs currently, one that pays 20 an hour and one that pays 14 an hour.
Okay.
I work about 75 hours per week, which is pretty exhausting, but I do get 5,000 per month. The one job I have pays 20 an hour, and I got lucky with this job because there's a lot of room for advancement within the company, which means I could get paid more in the future without even having a degree. But I mean, there is no guarantee. Just to give you a backstory on myself, I've been working full time ever since I was 13 years old, and I've basically been trying to save up as much money as possible. When I was 13, I wasn't really sure what I was saving the money for, but seeing how hard it is to make money and how easy it is to spend, I decided I would save as much money as I could. I've also only lived with my mom, who is the only one supporting me financially, and seeing how much she struggles with money, it really made me realize that I didn't want to save like no money and also just be kind of like just the way she's living, kind of paycheck to paycheck. So luckily, I've been able to save up about $100,000 just by working full time ever since I was 13. So with the 100,000 I've saved, I decided that just a couple months ago I would go to university and hopefully be able to fund my degree in business, and afterwards maybe get a job that would pay over $70,000 a year if if I'm lucky enough. And and because this is my plan ever since I was 14, but I got really lucky just a couple months ago, and I actually inherited 500,000 from my grandparents. This honestly changed my mind on my original plan, and I'm no longer sure if I should still attend university or if I should start real estate investing. So altogether, I have actually 600,000 saved up, but I still don't know if this will be enough to help me reach my goal to financial freedom, because I feel I will still need another source of income, and I think working at my day jobs would be really exhausting for the next 10 years.
So first of all, I'm curious, how were you able to work full time, and did you ever go to school?
So actually, yeah, I always took online courses. I actually never went to school, like actual in classes. I was always taking online courses.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Did you have a life or no? I mean, I
No,
can't imagine.
honestly, yeah, I don't have a life at all. I've lost so many friends because of this. I really don't have much of a social life. Most of my friends check up on me, but like it's not like I can hang out with them much. Like I usually work 15-hour days. It's like really exhausting.
Wow. So first of all, I think that's amazing. That you've been able to save up that amount of money. I mean, what's your end goal here? Because I understand that you can't be working 75 hours a week.
Of course,
You get burnt
yes.
out very, very, very quickly. So where do
Yeah.
you ideally see yourself in 10 years?
Honestly, hopefully I can build up my real estate portfolio to the point where I no longer have to work at my day jobs and just kind of will be able to enjoy like financial freedom and do like the things I love, which is just traveling and like spending time with friends and family. But there's really no like clear vision of what it will be like, but I'm just hoping that I can just invest all my money into real estate and make all my money from that.
You could.
Mm.
Does your mom have any issue with you living with her for the next few years?
No, actually no. She's fine with me living for the next like as long as I need to, honestly.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Mhm.
I would continue living with your mom as long as you possibly can. Not to the point
Mhm.
where you're going to be like 50 years old and like
Yeah.
still living with your mom.
Yeah.
But I think within reason, I would live with your mom as long as you can and just
Mhm.
continue doing what you're doing and saving as much as possible. My thing is this. If let's say you, because I would not invest all $600,000 into real estate. I think that
Mhm.
would be a bad decision to do. I wouldn't
Okay.
hesitate spending 400,000 of
So what would
that.
you recommend me to So what would you say then?
If it were me, what I would probably end up doing is taking about $350 to $400,000, investing that into real estate. I don't see any
Okay.
reason why 400,000 invested in real estate in Canada should
Mhm.
be able to generate, I don't know, anywhere between 6% and maybe, if you're lucky,
Mhm.
10% annually. So
Yeah.
on $400,000, you should be able to make $30 to $40,000 a year in
Okay.
rental income from doing that.
Mhm.
The remaining, $200,000, I would probably keep about 100 grand in cash.
Okay.
Or keep it in some sort of, I don't know if you have like a high interest savings account or
Yeah.
something where it's
Yeah.
liquid. The only reason for that is that's going to be your buffer. If anything happens to the property, if you have an eviction, if you need an expensive repair, or just cash on hand for a good opportunity, I think that's extremely important. So I would probably keep about 100 grand in cash. That might be overkill, but I really believe if you're buying into real estate, I think it's important that you have a little bit more on the sidelines just because you're brand new to it. And then the remaining 100,000, I would probably, if it were me, just probably throw that in just a well-diversified index fund. Just something boring that you can plan to keep for a very long time, that just in the event that you ever need money, you have something that's invested and you have something to grow over time. I think if you got started just investing in multifamily real estate, live with your mom still, use 350, 400 grand as a down payment on something that's like $700,000 to $900,000. I think because you have such a long work history, you should be able to qualify for a pretty impressive loan given your income, and also given that you have no expenses. So everything you make is pretty much profit. And I think if you did that, continue doing it, because now consider that if you make 70 grand a year, that now you're making an additional, let's say 30 to 40,000 a year. Then if you save up another year, go and use that as a down payment for another property. What I would probably end up doing is keeping your current schedule right now. I know it's really, really insane hours, and I know it's unsustainable, but keep that going another 4 or 5 years. And I think within 5 years of just doing this, reinvesting everything, living with your mom, not spending any money, throwing it all into either index funds or rental real estate, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't then be able to replace your income of probably about $60,000 to $80,000 a year within about 5 to 6 years. Assuming you reinvest everything back into real estate, you should be able to replace that with investments within about 5 or 6 years. Assuming that everything stays about the same, assuming your income stays about the same, and assuming you don't spend any money and reinvest it all back into real estate. What do you eventually want to do?
Honestly,
and does that require a college degree?
I guess, it really doesn't require a degree because I just want to be able to be my own boss, I guess, and not have to work for anyone else and just be able to make money without doing anything. So we'll be doing something, but I mean, not like really being at a 9-to-5 job every day. So I think that, I think this might be the right thing for me to do.
Here are my thoughts with that. I don't think it's a bad idea for you to go and get an education. I think it's always a smart fallback just in the event that you need it. You're making enough money. You're a hard worker as it is. I understand you can make more money working fewer hours with a college degree, assuming that. The real estate should really tide you over on this one. But if you have the out, because once you invest in real estate, it's going to be, for the most part, somewhat passive, especially if you end up getting a property manager. You could invest in real estate and maybe take some online college courses or go to a community college or something for the first 2 years to kind of get your feet wet a little bit. Do that on the side in addition to working. It's going to be a really painful schedule. But if you wanted to streamline everything within 5 years, you could absolutely do this.
Exactly. And I
just
feel like
I think really 5 years. Just work your ass off 5 years and then it's over.
Yeah, I think that's honestly what I do. I've been working so hard already. So I think just 5 more years really wouldn't make much of a difference. No,
and then by the time you're 23, you could potentially be semi-retired at 23 and be able, and at 23 you're still so young, you'd be able to do whatever you want at that point. I mean, that's the point where people are graduating from college anyway, and you would pretty much be at a point where you could exit the rat race if you decide to do that.
Yeah, and that's honestly my end goal too. So I think this is something I don't think I'd really rush into school right now. I think I just want to focus on learning the real estate business and just kind of investing all my money, most of my money into that at least.
Yeah, I think that's super smart, and live with your mom as long as you can and thank her for letting you do that, because that's going to save you $1,500 a month right there that you can funnel back into investments.
Exactly, yeah, because I know it's really expensive to live on your own, but I'm really lucky to be living with my mom.
Yeah, no, very fortunate. And also look up Bigger Pockets and join a local meetup group for real estate. Bigger Pockets in Canada is really big. There's some really amazing meetup groups up there. Go and see if you can join one of them. Go with your mom and have her be a part of it as well if she wants to be a part of it. And just immerse yourself in the world of real estate. I think you're going to meet some really great people, and everyone so far that I've met from these meetup groups has been super just supportive of one another. So I think you're really on the right track right now.
Yeah, oh my God, thank you. I just feel so
Cool.
good to hear this.
Of course. Of course. Well, thank you so much, and definitely keep me posted.
All right, thank you so much for
Cool.
having me.
You got it. Have a good one.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, if you enjoy videos like this, make sure to always smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Also, add me on Instagram. I post it pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. Thank you again so much for watching, and until next time.